apply to you when you are in the military. It does not apply to you at all. You know that.
Yeah, because you're underneath a form of government that you're owned by,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
so if you want to kneel during the national anthem, cool. I mean, do I think that they did it for a good cause? Yeah. Do I think that they picked the wrong time to do it? Absolutely. Does it matter?
Really?
You know, am I grain of rice to the pile? Yeah. You know, like my opinion doesn't matter my opinion doesn't matter at all because they got the national attention and what they wanted out of it. You know what I mean? Colin Kaepernick is not a good enough quarterback to play in the National Football League. He's not a good enough quarterback to be a starter. He could probably be a backup behind Blake Bortles. He doesn't deserve the money that he turned down from the 3 teams who offered him contracts. So I think that they're doing it I think they started for the right reason. And on Eric Reed and these other guys who are sticking up and saying Colin Kaepernick should be a quarterback in the NFL, they're not doing it for the right reason anymore. But, I mean, yeah, do whatever you want. If you want to be Westboro Baptist Church,
shit, right?
No, I don't care. I mean,
yeah, I mean, it's their right.
But it would be my right. But it would be my right to care. You know, it would be my right to say, yeah, they're fucking wrong. You know, if that was my opinion, and I know I have friends.
Yeah.
I have friends who have it. Absolutely. You could sit there and say you're a stupid piece of shit for kneeling during the national anthem if that's how you see it, you know, because that's the First Amendment.
Well, see, like, you know how you were saying how there's like a overreaction to that, and like how you have this idea of like they're doing it for the wrong reasons. You know, like it might have started out for the right reasons or have like the good intentions of that, but always good intentions pave the way to hell type of deal.
Well, I mean, I agree with the equal, you know, the NFL is a weird place anyway, because you're owned by an agency and I don't know. It's a whole weird situation how their contracts are. You know what I mean? It's definitely for the owners. You know, these players are playing for the owners. They're making the money for the owners. So I understand that if you were going to protest for better wages and, you know, more of what they're making, cool. If you're going to protest for Black Lives Matter or something along those lines, cool. But when you're protesting for a quarterback who, when he played, he had a good year and 6 bad ones, you know, like 6 mediocre, middle of the, and then to sit there and do it and blame it on race, you know, blame it on people being racist, blackballing him because he's got a.
He blamed it on race. I thought it was just
these guys were blaming it on race because he's black, and that's what it became from. You know, they're saying that they're blackballing him because he's racist, and or the teams are racist. They don't want him because he has a political opinion, a political agenda. He supports.
Well, hold on a second, because that doesn't make any sense.
Why?
Like, because you're saying that they're not going to hire him because he's black. Like,
well, that's what
the NFL is black.
Yeah, I know. That's what most of the outrage was about at first. He's not in the NFL.
I don't think so. I think it was.
Yeah, no, that's what it was. I'm telling you, because he was not playing quarterback, and he had been to a Super Bowl. And he was an established quarterback with one system. And when he speaks out against the police and the government, police and the government, brutality. And then the next year he's not playing, and they're you know, the NFL is bringing in quarterbacks who 2 years ago, you know, were okay, and they're white. You know, these white quarterbacks were all getting signed before Colin Kaepernick was. So it was about race. Nothing about race made Colin Kaepernick suck the way that he sucked after he won a Super Bowl. You know, he was just not a good quarterback. If he was white and he was still saying all those things about police brutality and protesting the government and that Black Lives Matter and this, that, and the other, and then he was no longer playing, then none of them would have ever knelt for him because he was white. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been a race thing.
I don't know about that. I don't think it's a race thing as far as that goes. I think it's more so.
That's literally
people took it the wrong. Well, no, because like so like look at when he knelt. What was the reason he knelt for? You said it right in the beginning. He knelt against police brutality, right? But then the backlash from fans who ultimately, even though the owners own the teams and all this stuff, the ultimate people who judge on what people, like who's going to play and all that stuff is going to be the fans. They don't get to judge who gets to play, but like if somebody does something and the fans don't want, so look at Michael Vick when he had the dog fighting thing. I imagine PETA was all up in that shit and was just creating such a headache that the fucking NFL had to be like, no, we're not going to have this guy. It's losing us money. That's what the NFL owners are just seeing dollar signs. Whereas like when people see him kneeling for the national anthem, right? Because if it was just that issue, right? Let's say he's just kneeling during the national anthem because of police brutality. And if it's stuck onto that issue, it probably would have faded. But what ended up happening is a bunch of fucking mouth breathers preaching about how he's unpatriotic, number one. He's all this other stupid shit when that's not even what he was doing. But it's like, and then like you said, it's over race, but that doesn't make any fucking sense. I mean, I get it if he's trying to like, they don't want to hire, but the race part doesn't make any sense. I think it gets lost in the middle of that where people all of a sudden make it about something that's not fucking football,
No,
because like
dude,
you said,
I promise you, I'm telling you 100%, it's because he's black.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Reed is mad because he's a black. I'm telling you what is in the news. I'm telling you exactly what Sports Center reports on. I'm telling you with the words out of Eric Reed's mouth. The reason that he still kneels today is because Colin Kaepernick is a black quarterback that should be in the NFL, and there's white quarterbacks that are in the NFL that he is better than. That's what Eric Reed says. So, and okay, I also want to tell
Eric
you,
Reed's personal thing.
Eric
right?
Reed and Colin
Kaepernick
Kaepernick Eric Reed and Colin Kaepernick did this thing together. But I want to tell you the reason that Colin Kaepernick, he never knelt. The first time that he ever did this, it wasn't him kneeling. I want you to know that. And
I know that.
It was because
something completely different.
It was because he was benched, so he wasn't starting that game. So he was mad at the coach and sitting down instead of facing repercussions by the team and not being started and it looking bad for him when it came to the end of his contract season. Instead of him standing up to the NFL, not to the NFL but the national anthem, it had nothing to do with that. He was just sitting down pouting, and then he came up and he stood up, and then he came out and said that he's not going to stand up for to show pride in a flag that oppresses people of color. You know what I mean? So for him, it started as racism, but it really wasn't. That was just what he pinned it on. It was because he was not starting. He wasn't a starting quarterback.
Right. Okay, but
so he was throwing a fit.
Even if it was that, so let's say it was that, right? And it was just that. Like, don't you think the response to that should have been okay? Like, if he didn't get the response from the mouth breathers that gave him the response that they did, which is immediately to start attacking somebody over their patriotism and shit. Like, and me and you are going to disagree of when it's okay and not okay to stand for the national anthem, and that's fine, right? Because who gives a shit, right? I mean, you might, but I don't. I fucking, in high school, refused to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance because it said, one nation under God. And I was like, nah, fuck that shit. I just sat there. And I almost got sent to the principal's office, and that's nowhere near the same amount. But does that mean I'm unpatriotic? Does that mean I don't give a shit? No, it just means I didn't want to fucking pledge allegiance to a flag. That means that has nothing to do with patriotism. So I get what you're saying as far as that goes. If it was really done because he was crying racism over not being able to play the game, that's fine. But shouldn't that have been the response? Just silence? Not over patriotism for a fucking football game that is paid by the military to promote joining the military, right? Like, I mean, just doesn't fucking make any sense.
I don't know. I'm telling you that it was about racism. It is the people who still kneel. Is still about racism based on the fact that Colin Kaepernick is not in the NFL. And they will tell you to your face that they believe that he should be in the NFL.
Okay, so the people who are kneeling are for Colin Kaepernick and no other reason whatsoever?
Well, I mean, they're probably always going to have. There's not that many that do it anymore,
right?
And the ones that do it, you know, it gets news media, and then it stopped getting news media. Like they stopped even showing the national anthem because of it. It was the right thing. They did the right thing for police brutality. I understand that. Like that was the right thing to do. But now you get the national anthem taken off of TV because of it. You know what I mean? Like, do it maybe in the first quarter, like skip the first play of the game and have everybody kneel on the sideline. Take a delay a game, get a 15-yard penalty and kick from 15 yards back with everybody kneeling on the sideline. Make that so it has to be on TV. They're always going to show that. But instead you get the national anthem taken off TV. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to show the pregame antics. That's what they used to do. They used to show the national anthem, and they used to have a big name singer come out and sing it and belt it, and the planes fly over, and a real tribute to the military. And now they don't because of what he wanted to do, which was the right thing to do, just the wrong time.
Though.
What?
It's not a tribute to the military, though.
It's not a tribute to the military. Like it's a tribute to the nationalism of the country.
The nationalism of the country, okay, but why don't we do that for anything else? Why is it just for the sporting game? Well, okay, because if
it's in every sporting event. It's in every sporting event. It used to be
it happened 10 years ago.
It used to be in school. They used to have it every Monday. Every Monday they played the national anthem, and then you did the Pledge of Allegiance. Yes, they did. I'm telling you, dude. My school had that. I don't know about Oxford Hills, but I'm talking about in elementary school. Every Monday we had the national anthem played, and they would take the whenever honor roll came out or whatever, high honor, whatever that was, they would take that person from every class, and they would get to sing the national anthem on the mic that they did the announcements on for the principal to go to principal's office and stuff. So they would do that. And then when it wasn't that time of year,
traumatize kids.
When it wasn't that time of year, they would play the actual national anthem.
That song is hard enough for professionals to sing. They're gonna pull some sixth grader out to fucking sing the national anthem. They did it, and that sounds fucking horrible.
It was a pride thing too. Like if you got to sing it, you were happy.
I guess if you liked singing, I know you would like it. That'd be fucking great. If I had to do that, I'd be like, I don't want to do it. Give it to Justin. Like, I wouldn't want to fucking do that. Like, give me the honor roll shit so I can get some Pokemon cards after school. But don't make me fucking sing in front of everybody. But
well, you didn't have to. I mean, it was volunteers.
Okay, all right.
You didn't have to. They didn't hold you at gunpoint.
Well, then what happened when somebody said no? Did they just?
I don't know. I never got to sing it.
A track. Oh,
no, they did play it.
Listen to other people.
They did play it.
They just played it on a track. Oh,
no, yeah, on a normal, like the normal national anthem with the bugle corps. That's what they would play. There was only like 2 months a year that they would do the kid singing it. 2 months out of the whole school year, which is 10 months long, and the rest of it was every Monday was the national anthem played by the drum and bugle corps.
But the fucking point of the matter is like that's the only time we do the national anthem is in front of sporting events and sometimes an elementary fucking school, like
massive gatherings of people. Massive gathering.
Really massive gatherings?
Yeah, that's
any massive gathering.
That's when they do it. I'm saying that's when they do it, dude. That is when they do it, when there's a whole group of people around.
A whole group of people that happen to be at a sporting event. Can you think of anything like at a concert? What was the last concert you went to where they broke for the national anthem?
Toby Keith.
Okay, all right. Non-country.
Why are you going to say non-country? That's like saying
because it's only country. Country's pandering too.
So country is
it's pandering.
Dude, how is it pandering? What it is a group of people that have the same idea. It's the same idea.
No,
it's different than your idea.
Pandering motherfuckers.
No, it's the same idea. Dude, I'm telling you, it's a bunch of people with the same idea, the same mindset. It's literally probably majority of people in the South, And